Hello, my beautiful bitches. It's your girl, Ginger Fahrenheit, and this is another episode of Becoming Ginger. This week, I wanted to tackle a very important topic, and that is shaping. Now, I don't require a whole lot of body shaping, in my opinion, because I have really wide hips and a big ass, but there is an area that really needs to get shaped more to give more of an illusion of an hourglass figure, and that would be my midsection. Believe it or not, I have lost about 50 pounds since I started doing drag, but I could use all the help I could get. Don't we all, right? So I have learned two different methods for creating a corset without spending a whole lot of money. The first one is from Miss Pandora Boxx. On an episode of Drag U, she used this, and I actually have seen Raven and Juju do it on All Stars too, where you take some saran wrap and some duct tape and you make a corset that way. Then the other method I learned about from Misty Eyes' tutorials, Misty Minute, and that requires an old t-shirt that you don't want anymore and some duct tape. So we're going to explore both of those options and see what works best for a newbie, especially one working on her own. I hope you're ready because it's going to be a good time. I'm going to demonstrate it on the outside of my dress because nobody needs to see the underneath the dress. Um, and then I'll actually do it and see what happens with that. So we're going to start with Pandora's. I'll be right back with the saran wrap. So basically with the saran wrap, what you're supposed to do, and let me step back, is you take the saran wrap. Actually, let me get the tape first. Get the tape. I'm just going to cut like 3 pieces of duct tape off. And I always fold over my duct tape so that it can be grabbed easily the next time. So I just cut 3 pieces of duct tape. I have them handy here on the back of my chair. And what I'm going to do is you take the saran wrap and you're supposed to like suck in and go around. And then once you've gone around as many times as you're going to go around, then you secure it to your stomach with the duct tape. So I'm going to do that now. Be back. Okay, so I have the saran wrap going on, and it does give me a little, looks like it gives me a little bit of extra cinching in here. You know, this is where I'm here, this is hips, so it does help hourglass me out a little bit. One problem is, let's see, I do have a little bit of like back rolls, going on there. That's a little hard to do. But I went around pretty good. It was kind of hard because I do have such an ample ass and I do have kind of a hump going in the back there that it's like all the saran wrap wants to just kind of collect in the middle area where there's not as much volume. So I went over it like probably about 4 or 5 times, just over and over and over again, over my stomach, up, all the way up to my boob line, all the way down to about here, which maybe I should have. It does kind of smooth it out a little bit, but you can still see like the stomach versus the fupa area. That's still a problem. And I don't know if you can hear this, but it's very loud. Like anytime I move, you can hear the like the saran wrap crinkling. So I'm not real thrilled about that because I don't really want to announce to the world that I have saran wrap all up in my chub here. So that's definitely a drawback. And it really seals in the juices. Like it's really, keeping it warm in there. And any extra heat is not a good thing for me because I'm a sweater. So not a shirt. I sweat a lot, and so that doesn't really help. But I can still move pretty good. It's not terribly tight. I could wear this for a few hours and be okay. me try sitting down in it. Ooh, it does keep your posture better sitting down in it. I could still hear the Saran wrap going pretty hardcore. I'm gonna do a lip sync really quick and see how well I can like move in it. This place about to blow. This place about to blow. This place about to blow. It does allow you to move, which is good, but I can feel it like rolling back up on my back when I was doing it. That's not cute. And then you can really just hear it all the time. And I don't know if you would be able to hear that in the crowd, especially if the music's turned up really loud, but I just, yeah. And maybe that I just needed to duct tape it in the back as well, but. So the next method we're going to use is from Misty Eyez, and it requires me to do a costume change. So I'll be right back with that. So another thing I wanted to mention about the Saran wrap was when I took it off, I just cut and I just kind of ripped it open. I had only really been wearing it for maybe 10 minutes, and I already had a bunch of sweat going on. It was really kind of gross. So that's another thing to consider, how much sweating are you going to do while you're wearing it? Since it does really seal in the juices there, it could be kind of gross taking it off at the end of the day. So that was another con for me on the Saran wrap. But now we're going to try Misty Eyes' advice on the ghetto corset. She said to use a t-shirt that you don't mind ripping apart. All it requires then is more duct tape. So I have not actually tried this one yet either, and so we will see what happens with it. I have a feeling one of the cons is going to be you almost need 2 people to do this, is my feeling. What she says to do is you take your duct tape and you start taping around yourself. Well, that's pleasant sounding. I started right under my décolletage, and I'm just going to make my way around. And hopefully I don't use my whole roll up. Now, what I am noticing is that it does allow for a tighter look than the Saran wrap did. I'm like feeling the fat try to fight it, kind of like as tight as I can go. I'm really pulling. And it's really fighting me on it. It doesn't want to go over the biggest part of me. Ooh, and it's riding up. It's sticking to my back because it's riding up. You really go through a lot of tape this way. And it's really hard to make it even. Ugh. Alright, I'm going to stop. I used just about my whole damn roll. And so this isn't going to be a real good example. Oh, and then what you're supposed to do, pardon my décolletage, supposed to cut this off. So here we go with it on. And the good news is you can't hear it when I move. The bad news is you can't fucking move for shit. And it just, you can see like the little divots and stuff on my body where I was trying to get it in. I think that it could work really well for you if you have somebody else doing it with you, like somebody else that can go around and help gauge with it. But here's my midsection, here are my hips now. So it does work to an extent, you know, with the hourglassing, but it is extremely uncomfortable. And I had a really hard time getting the top part of my shirt off. Like when I cut in, it stops at the seams, and then, trying to get it from the back, it was like I was almost ripping the corseted part out, trying to get it off of my back. So let me try doing a lip sync real quick. Oh, I can't fucking move.
The party don't start till I walk in. Don't start. Till we see the sunlight. The party don't start.
Let's see if I can sit. Oh, God. Good posture again. Oh, dude. The parts that I didn't get taped so well are like bulging out. So, yeah. I like that it makes my boobies shake a little more because I got a little flat up there. But, it's very, very uncomfortable. Again, that might be something that could be solved if you had another person doing it with you. But I need things that I can do by myself because, I'm going to be there in drag ready to go if I'm going to actually get a gig. So there are definitely some disadvantages to both of them. I guess if I had to pick one that I would use, I probably would pick Pandora's method. It's cheaper. You use less of the materials. And I feel like you could get more of a expected shape out of it. Whereas with the duct tape, you really have to be careful with it, and you really have to make sure that you're doing it evenly and everything. So I would have to go with Pandora's method on this. Yay, Pandora! And so that was this week's Becoming Ginger. I hope you all enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing it. I had fun trying to figure it all out. And next week, maybe I'll do makeup. I'm not sure. But if you have a suggestion, email me at gingerfahrenheit with a J at gmail.com, and I can see what I can do for you. I would love to help as much as I am having fun learning. So send me an email. Thank you very much. Bye.